one, or a grasper that was open slightly as it was being passed down, anything like that, and it's caused that initial groove within the material in the working channel, then every time something goes through the scope, it's just going to follow that same track until the point where you get a perforation. So just trying to make sure you're using the recommended brushes and lace fibres and things like that. It's just always going to help. As mentioned here, so here you can see kind of just that scoring, and it will just always be in the same place because that's just the only way that the scope can move. So you're just going to keep following it over and over again. Over torquing of the scope, so over bending, over torquing, over twisting. Eventually you're not going to be able to pass down any instruments through that channel because it's going to become twisted and kinked. And that material there is obviously more likely to split and break again than fluid gets in, which is the last thing you want specifically in your video scopes. Okay. So a way to reduce that, just pay particular attention to the table height, ensure that the scope doesn't have any undue stress around the strain reliever, which is a section highlighted in red, and try to keep it as straight as possible. Again, the strain reliever is there because you are going to be torquing that scope as you're performing your procedure, but just trying to be mindful, and if you think I am over twisting this here, just take out that reset and then go again. Okay? Crushing damage. This often happens during transportation or HSDU, whether something gets put on it, squashed in a tray, squashed in doors of cleaners, of the washers. I've seen it trapped in everything you can possibly imagine, coming back like that, and people saying, "Oh, I don't know what's wrong with it." Or look at that. So yeah, always double check whenever you put in the scope into its container. Make sure that the distal end is not flicked out and you're going to trap it in that lid. Okay, so just being mindful, really. And same if you are putting the scope at the end of the procedure down onto the table. Try and always put it out, lay it straight, lay it flat, lay it on its own table or back into the container that it came in, just so as you don't end up with a tray like this. This was obviously not Shirley's, I promise. That's the top one. This is one of Shirley's. Yeah, make sure that no sterilisation containers or anything like that are being placed on top. So this is the most important. Here's the thing that kind of been banging on about. The main